anytime we hear of fuel scarcity, the whole place goes on attention. I'm not sure what it is. You can't plan, you can't dream, you can't organize anything. So I've come to the conclusion that the politicians and the political class use it as a way against the people. Anytime they want to deal with the people, they just make sure there's no fuel. The last president, if there's an election or a referendum or something to be done, he uses the fuel as a blackmail. They will just cut off the fuel, and then you can't move. And because of that, the oil workers themselves are now become some kind of terrorists with the way they approach the matter of fuel. If you have as much as an argument with a member of the National Union of Petroleum, they call Lupeng, petroleum tanker drivers and all this. If you have just an argument with any of them, they can call for strike because they know that the fuel is very essential, and that once they cut it off, you say all the tankers in a long truck will not go and load fuel. So people now they behave like kings. You can't touch them.
It's difficult to have fuel scarcity in Lagos unless there is a strike. The union leadership intervenes and make sure that we come to the table, dialogue with the management of whichever company is responsible, and within a day or two, that is settled. Before that settlement, filling stations will be selling fuel. Fuel is always there. If you don't get at this fuel station, you get at the next fuel station. And then if there is fuel price increase, and labor is protesting it, when they regulate it, then we tell our people at the filling stations, because they belong to Lupeng, not to sell. So most of them will keep off. At such a time, if you come into the country, definitely you will meet fuel scarcity in Lagos, because the labor movement is behind it.
If we stop oil workers from production, then this country may come to a crisis that may destroy the whole country, and we don't want that. We are patriotic people who want the country to survive and want the economy to be energized, so that Nigeria, being the most powerful country in Africa, will be able to take its place in the community of nations.
So we have a joke that if a member of the Lupeng has a fight with his wife, can declare a strike. This functioning has become a weapon of terrorism against people by the government and even by the most important people in our national psyche, the fuel workers. All over the world, they are discussing alternative to fuel, alternative to this kind of oil. Nigerian governments are running
If you stand on the bar beach at any time of the day, you see a huge fleet of 50, 60 ships anchored offshore Lagos harbor, waiting to be unloaded. The petrol and diesel products are then pumped through a submarine pipeline onshore and then distributed to the different tank farms operated by private companies. From there, the oil is lifted by a tanker and then distributed throughout the country. There is hardly any pipeline operating at present. That means these huge volumes for a country of 140 million inhabitants are all shipped by tankers across the crumbling highways of the country. These roads were never built for such heavy load tankers. When you travel across the countryside here, the main highways are littered with burnt out wrecks from tankers. So the whole fuel chain is fraught with inefficiency and dangers which put the lives of the average Nigerians at risk. Many of the remaining pipelines go through heavily populated areas in Lagos here, and if an accident happens, and that happens here more frequently than anywhere else in the world, then it affects many people. The whole end of the distribution chain then is in jerry cans, plastic containers which are clearly made for diesel or for oil transportation, but not for petrol. And of course petrol expands under heat much more than oil does, and it often comes here to accidents.